before you do anything, like and subscribe. Oh shit. Hope I didn't break that. I'm gonna have to pay for it. Pass me that bottle, sir.
That's what she said. Yep.
Hey. Thank you. Is there anything like hey? What's going on? We are recording live in the Best Coast studio. I'm here with my guy. You don't even need them headphones.
Wait, what?
You don't need the headphones.
I like them though.
Oh, okay. You're gonna be the only one that can hear it. That's fucked up. Whatever. Anyway, live here for another episode of the Talking to Myself podcast.
You're not talking to yourself today.
I know I'm not. But here's the thing. If no one listens to this, then I'm just talking to myself.
This is talking to ourselves.
This is talking to myself with a person, with another person. So it's kind of like third person, but it's not.
I feel like the drink has hit you harder than you thought already.
No, because you know I would have said that regardless.
True.
That's something to think about. It's like third person, but it's not. It's fourth person.
Damn, I can hear my nostrils. It's all fat.
This is a fourth person podcast.
No offense to that. I'm just saying. Because I can hear myself breathing.
Yeah, we're not even that loud. We can be loud.
Yeah, I think it's just this mic super effective.
Hey, there we go. Yo. All right, ready to go. Anyway, so I'm here with my guy Rocky.
Yo.
As he likes to be known as. I have a habit of not introducing him by the name that he likes to be introduced as. I have to be fair in that understanding. I live in California, where there's a lot of people who reintroduce themselves as other things. So they might have been born one gender and they're reintroducing themselves as another, or into one sex and reintroducing themselves as being into something else, or they had a job and now they have a totally different career. They were a teacher, now they're a porn star. So I gotta have respect for duality and reintroduction. So this is Rocky.
To my white people,
Greetings, salutations, grand risings.
What?
Grand rising.
That's some cult shit.
I don't believe so, but it could be. You have a problem with cults?
Only if they don't turn out sexual.
Speaking of cults, I'm in the middle of Lovecraft country.
Yeah, I love that show. That's my show right now.
I only started watching it so we'd have something to talk about, because you were like, yeah, you gotta watch it. But I started watching the first episode.
Yeah.
And was like, man, fuck this shit.
Yeah, what?
I don't like anything that deals with black people in the past.
Did you keep watching them?
I did keep watching. I'm several episodes in. But It took me a while to get several episodes in. I've been paying for HBO Max for like a couple months.
I got it.
Without watching Lovecraft Country. So now, as of like yesterday, I'm in the middle somewhere where they've already made it to this mansion and they tried to escape.
Spoiler alert.
And it didn't work. Don't give me a spoiler alert.
Alright, so before you say anything else,
okay.
I just want to make this point why I love this show, right? It's TV, first of all, so there's always going to be some level of, like, I don't even want to say corniness, but that just comes with TV, right? But the fact that this show makes it very obvious to any viewer that white people are just as horrifying to black people as evil magic and witchcraft and all that shit. It's almost up there to par, if not even more scary to the characters in this show. And I feel like that's what kind of grounds it to what's been going on right now, but really throughout this country's history, right? Like there's parts where you're like, oh shit, there's like a ghost and it's trying to kill the people. And then like, the next 10 minutes you're like, oh shit, a bunch of white people are trying to get it to move out the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So it's like that same level of threat.
I understand that.
I think that's great and accurate.
I understand it. like I said, I'm in the middle. It's not a bad show. It just was a slow first episode.
Yeah.
In a sense of, and I can't even say that because it jumped out early with the whole like. It started with the guy reading the story with the spaceships and the aliens and the fight and the war and everything that's going on.
Right.
And being really descriptive in that sense. But as soon as that scene ended, it got real old timey and I wasn't fucking with it. You
Hold on
smell
a second, let me fix my mic.
Yeah.
It's dropping. Wait, that's too much. Like, right here is good. You cut this, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe not. I might leave this all in. Eh? Wait.
Nah,
No, it's too low.
I'm too high. Like, right there is perfect.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, so for the audio, I'll cut it. For the YouTube, I might leave this whole shit running. It's still recording. I don't even know if it's still recording. But whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think we are.
But that's why I love the show. Aside from the fact that it's just well acted. I think they picked the right people. Smollett, the sister, I forget her first name. She's great in it.
Journey.
Yeah, I mean the acting chops is just up there.
You just think she cute.
I mean, yeah.
You gotta type. That's your type.
I don't know how to type. I think that's the problem.
I don't gotta type. I just got another email from PlayStation.
You got those soundboards.
Right. My son at the house wilding out on the PlayStation. That's another email. Thank you for your purchase.
Did you wake up to like back-to-back charges?
Oh, Jalen, he's not the son that's at the house right now. Jalen, who's skateboarding with Randy outside,
Right.
would have mad Fortnite V-Bucks charges. I woke up to mad accounts. Like, he did it once and was like, oh, like, Dad didn't say nothing? Alright, cool. And it just ran my fucking card up. I didn't, like, at first when I talked to him, I didn't trip because I thought it was like, oh, it was just like $10.
Right.
And then I looked at my actual statement and it was like, oh no, it was 10 here, it was 30 here.
Oh, you were saying the same transaction.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what the fuck? Because you know, on your email, it'd just be one email, but it'd be really 5 emails.
Did you expand?
Yeah. So I was hot. It was like rent week. So it was like, nigga, like my landlord ain't trying to hear, oh, my son spent $100 in V-Bucks. Like, like no, I gotta come up with this extra 100.
He's smart though, because he tested the waters. He was like,
yeah, he tested
let me do this one
he
charge.
tested it with like a 5 or a 10, and then he ran that bitch up. I was hot. Because I'd already had the initial conversation with him where I was like, yo, I ain't tripping. It was only $10. Like, you know, just don't do it again. And then I saw my statement with all the extra shit. I was like, oh, well, I can't go back to him now and be like, yo, what the fuck is this? And I already had a cool ass conversation. I had to let his mom do it. That one.
Oh.
But anyway, I'm here with my guy Rocky, childhood friend. The guy who's mostly responsible for me rapping. He moved to Pasadena. We met in high school. He was on some rap shit.
10th grade for me, 11th for you. I think.
Yeah, 10th grade for you, 11th for me. We had the same math teacher.
That was a horrible setup for me, because when y'all graduated, I lost like half of the people that I was talking to.
Yeah, but we were the same age. Just because of like the placement on my birthday, like I'm the same age as everybody in your class.
Oh, okay.
Like when I graduated, I was like still 17.
Gotcha.
So like it made sense age-wise. It just
Because I got real cool with Gabe like towards the end there, and then he graduated too.
Right. It was a weird mix of like changing of curriculum. Like, there was a set of like these are the standards now, and then when you came, there was like these are the new standards. So there were certain classes that we had to that were required of us to graduate that weren't required of you guys. Like you guys had extra classes. You guys had an exit exam and shit like that. We didn't have that.
Oh, okay.
Like we didn't have to take a test. They got rid of that now.
Exit exam.
Yeah.
What? I don't remember that.
It might have been a year after you, but there was a test that they implemented out, at least in California, where you had to pass this test in order to graduate high school.
Oh, but if you pass that test before you do the graduate, that means you just...
No, you're thinking like some GED shit. This is the literal exit exam. If you
Okay.
did not pass this test, you would not graduate high school.
Mm-hmm.
And
She did it for parenting.
there were too many people not passing the test, so they got rid of the test.
Yeah.
The test wasn't necessarily, I don't know what was on the test, because my grade year, whatever didn't happen. So it was like a year or two after me, they had the exit exam. And too many people were failing and not graduating. The graduation or non-graduation rate got to like an all-time high in California, to the point that they were taking out billboards and saying, these are the stats, 1 in every whatever kids don't graduate, we've got to do something about it. Billboards cost hella money for them to be, that's the campaign. But there was a big push.
You know what campaign was a total failure? Air.
I totally say it all the time. Every time I roll a blunt, I think like, man, that was such a I was the Dare Kid of the Year. Like at the Dare graduation, they gave me a special medal and some other shit. And I'm about to roll a blunt right now.
Why you?
Huh?
Why? I didn't know you were active in that like that.
This is elementary, so like I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
This is 5th grade.
Yeah,
it was mandatory then. By high school, it wasn't like they didn't have Dare in high school.
I don't know. There's a lot of working professionals.
They didn't even have Dare in like middle school. It was just like 5th grade. It was a 5th grade thing, and yeah. Here's what really happened. I had transferred to another school. The Dare people didn't have me in the program after graduation, and the bitch felt bad about it. So another kid, Juan De La O, I still remember his name, was supposed to be the Dare Kid of the Year. And they scratched his name out and wrote my name in on a certificate. They gave me the shit because they forgot to add me to the regular ceremony.
What was his name?
Juan De La O.
If you're hearing this, Juan
De La O of Albuquerque,
sorry,
New Mexico. Bro. My bad, bro. I thought they was gonna give it to
you got juxed.
You got juxed. I thought they was gonna give it to Randy Regensburg, but the white lady from Dare felt bad because she didn't have my name on the graduation list, and they just wrote my name in on your shit, my guy, and I got your medal. I hope your life panned out nicely. I hope you didn't end up in some bad situation stemming from not getting that award in 5th grade, Juan De La O.
You know who I recently found on Facebook? Miss Nicholson. You remember her?
I loved Miss Nicholson because
I hate her.
I loved Pasadena history. That was I don't know if it was required of your graduation class.
Nah, never heard of it.
We had to take Pasadena history. So in 9th grade, she was my Pasadena history teacher.
I could take. We didn't have that at all.
Yeah, I could have told you the whole entire history of Pasadena.
I had her for history. I don't know if it was AP history or regular history, but she snapped at me one day because I was looking down, reading what she was doing at lecture. She was like, "You going, not paying attention to me when I'm talking to you?" And I was like, "I'm looking up the word that you just said."
This isn't the first time I've heard this story from you.
I still hold on to it, man. I'm still bitter. I'm still salty.
What is this, 10th grade?
Yeah.
No, you gotta relax. You gotta relax.
I got re-triggered because I saw her on Facebook recently. And I was like, she's the only teacher that ever got mad at me for trying to keep up with what she was saying. Like looking up a word I didn't understand. And she never apologized. It wasn't like, oh, my bad.
So you wasn't wrong.
She was like, oh, okay. And it's kind of moved on. So, Miss Nicholson, I'm probably going to be sending you a long...
I fuck with Miss Nicholson. She puts me in the vein of, you better not send Miss Nicholson a drunken
might be like, this message is co-signed by Randy O'Connor.
She gonna hit you back like, yo, you gotta relax. Co-signed by Randy. See that, Rizzy? He said you gotta relax. But yeah, she reminds me of like a Philip Seymour Hoffman. I fucking killed that class. I came in the presentation as a Black Panther in a leather jacket.
Yo, we gotta rein this in. We're just talking about tangents at this point.
That's how. No. This is topics. You don't understand. I am rating this.
What topic are we on right now?
When I separate this, it'll be lit. This is your origin story.
My origin story?
Yeah.
They already have that. You ever seen Coming to America?
You're the prince of Madagascar.
Without all the riches.
Yo, hey, let me tell you something real fast. When I found out that like my parents were my parents, I thought, yo, what if my life is coming to an end? Like, yo, what if on the low I'm an African prince and I don't even know?
You low key African royalty.
Yeah, I was like, what if that's what it is? How could the story not be that?
Yeah.
It's gotta end that way, right? It's gotta end that way. It didn't turn out to be the case. It's still lit. But I did not turn out to be an African prince. I know people who like it did turn out that way though. But the story didn't go like peacefully. Like I know a lady who like she met a guy. It was also Coming to America shit.
Yeah.
The guy didn't say that he was like an African prince until like it was time for them until they got serious and shit. And like he had already proposed to the chick. And by then, he was like, "Listen, there's a war going on in my country. We gotta go back." So she went with him. So she goes with the guy. They go back to Africa, and it is in fact like it is a war. And the nigga got a compound. He's got snipers on the roof and shit. And she can't leave. She can't like reach out to her family. Like they can't come visit because it's like you don't know who's following you from the airport.
What was his name?
I don't know. I never asked his name.
It's like some R. Kelly type of situation.
I didn't ask her name. I just know the girl's from Pasadena, so it was just a Pasadena story. So like,
wait.
she didn't see her fam for like mad years until she was like, yo, like I can't do this. That's the part. It's all good. That's the part of Coming to America that they don't tell you about. Like, all right, yeah, he took the chick from New York and shit back to jail.
No, that's the sequel. Coming to America still stands, but going to Africa.
The sequel isn't based off of like, yo, all right, we went back and my country was warring with another one. And
it should be.
It's not. The sequel is based around like a son. The son's doing basically the same thing that the dad did.
Oh.
As far as I know.
It's too on the nose.
Yeah. So it's not based around like everybody's gonna make cameos from the first movie, but they're not gonna be. It's not gonna be based around like James Earl Jones or Eddie Murphy and shit. It's based around like the next generation of the story.
So my question for you though.
They're not even shooting at Africa. They're shooting at Rick Ross' house. That's facts.
I can't tell if that's a joke or.
No, that's facts. That's facts. Like his house is like his house in the front lawn and all that shit is so big, it looks like Africa. So they're shooting like
sound like another soul plane and shit.
They're shooting at Rick. They already shot it. They shot at Rick Ross' house and they shot it as if it was Africa.
We're gonna love this movie for all the wrong reasons. No, my question is if catfishing is when somebody put themselves up there to like higher or more than what it is. What's the opposite?
When catfishing? When you're honest?
To be poor, but they're really like super rich.
No. Oh, that's called fraud. They call that fraud.
What?
That's still fraud.
No, but like, what's the social media term for it? Like, if catfishing is like me pretending to be like swole and like a model and rich, right? But I'm not. What's the opposite if I'm pretending to be less than I am? Like, what should we call that? Or is there already a name out there for that?
I don't know what the name is for that off top, but that's still technically a catfish. Like, I just saw a story with a guy who.
But catfish is negative. This is positive.
He was going like half on his girl with everything for like years. And then she found out that he had a lot of money. Like he had a family trust.
Oh, I got one for you.
He had a lot of money. Like the family left him a lot of money. He just didn't tell her about it. Like he came for money. It wasn't like somebody died and he came upon a check. He's always had a lot of money and just didn't tell her. He was going half on everything.
I would do that.
And she was making like less than